I'm in the middle of listening to the Alex Ramosi and Chris Williamson podcast that he did on Modern Wisdom, and they're talking about this idea of the Rocky cutscene, which is really interesting to me. And it really is this concept of when you're in the moment and you're in a journey, you're pursuing a new thing, and it's this period of time where you're working really hard. He calls it the Rocky cutscene because in the movies, Rocky, he's working out, he's getting cut, he's running up the steps, he's doing all the things, he's getting ready for his big fight. But it's lonely, he's by himself, it's early in the morning or it's late at night, and he's lonely, and there's this emphasis of doing this really hard thing for a period of time as you move towards your goal, and it's incredibly uncomfortable, it's incredibly difficult, and often there's no support. Alex talks about this idea that you have support in your life in two different areas whenever you're beginning a new journey. One is at the start of the race. When you're starting a new thing, everyone's cheering, everyone's clapping, everyone's really happy for you and super pumped. The second is when you cross the finish line. Everyone's once again really happy. I'm proud of you. You did a great job. I knew you could do it. They're rooting for you. All the pats on the back. They're really happy for you. But he goes on to say that in the beginning and in the end is not really when you need that support. You need it in the middle. That's where it gets really hard because no one's there with you. No one's clapping you on. No one's supporting you. No one's rooting for you then because you're by yourself. The newness of it has worn off. You're still far enough away from the end to where you can't really see it. And you have to have the self-discipline and the motivation and the internal support for yourself to keep going even when it gets hard. Alex has this great quote where he says that you have to root for you before anyone else does. I think we see this a lot with athletes having this delusional confidence. You see it with actors, this delusional concept, this belief that they are that person before it is externally validated. And oftentimes, before it's externally validated, we call that person crazy. They're arrogant, they're unreasonable, they're unrealistic. But then when it happens, all of a sudden, they are that guy, they're that girl, they're the GOAT. They always knew it. They got the aura, right? And this is the idea of you having to root for yourself before anyone else does.